Hey there, sheepdoggers, and welcome to another Blood Bowl 2. This time we are the Bretonnians against the High Elves. I did say I'd do more of them, and I did do more of them. I actually did a stream last night of another Skitters match and a More Than the Bash match. Unfortunately, they didn't go amazingly for me. However, this is Surf and Turf. And we all like surf and turf, don't we? One of these beautiful people here is, oh no, these guys aren't necessarily ugly, depending on your tastes, I guess. Oh, there's Goldfish. That's Goldfish. I'd know his face anywhere. Poor bastard. Alright, so, let's see how we fare against the High Elves. Everyone slings a lot of mud over at the Bretonnians, but personally, I feel if you play them... I'm not going to say play them right, but I feel that they can be good as long as played, you know, their style. It's just that their style is so random and weird. I think it's fairly difficult to actually play them effectively, which is why everyone thinks they're really shit. I mean, they may not be amazing, that's for sure, but they're not terrible, definitely. Well, let's be fair. They're probably not terrible. Anywho, let's. I mean, like this is just a. I guess if you're receiving as the High Elves, it's not terrible, but this start, aside from being lucky, is just not very strong. Unlucky, an unlucky double skull, of course, but you know these things happen. He got a down and both down, and had to do that. So, obviously... Okay, it's still working. So, the obvious play here is basically push this right side. Use blitz. Put pressure on the thrower. Proceed like so. So, yeah, I basically... The Skitters, a 1400-ish team... went up a 1900 Chaos Murder team. And it was horrific, as you might expect. You know, like, this is one of the problems I have with the current... I guess you'd call it meta. I'm not really comfortable using the word meta, but I guess that's the problem with the current meta. Obviously putting guard in here to smack people about. Yeah, it's just purely that there's way too many Chaos Murder teams. And I actually, when I played my More Than the Bash match, my Chaos team, they actually, the first team I played against, well, inverted commas, played against, surrendered before the match started just because I was a Chaos team. They were a human team with more team value than me. And the thing is I have, I think, 0 still at the moment, Mighty Blow. You know, it's, I find it a little bit silly. But nevertheless, you know, these things happen. I got Mighty Blow on this dude. This dude here. Who is that? Is that Sirloin? Give it a second. Yeah, it's Sirloin. So Sirloin's got Dauntless. They all start with Dauntless, I believe. Yeah, they all start with Dauntless. So I've got a pass block, tackle, and strip ball on Tenderloin. Very useful, all of these things, because they start with catch. And having pass block and catch on someone, especially against a team like this, can be really useful. Then, of course, we've got the sure hands for the pickup. And back here, we got the guy with Pro. Pro, very useful on your blitzers. For example, there. It meant that I could, you know, just like, because Pro is every turn, I believe. Oh, there it goes. Pro is, yeah, once per turn, you can re-roll a result. So, you know, if you get... double skulls, you can use the pro reroll instead of a regular reroll. It's only got a 50-50 chance of working, but it's still probably worthwhile. And this is one of those times, you know, it's only turn 2, and I've got a couple of injuries. This is most definitely how a lot of my matches start against me. Okay, I was just commentating, and I got a little bit over enthusiastic with what I was saying. It's not all that happens to me, you know. Like, I feel that's important to state. But very often you will find me. Sorry, I'm trying to fucking find something suddenly. Oh, come on. Searching through bloody pockets. Right, in here somewhere. Where are you? No, are you in the other pocket? Interesting. I can't find it anymore. Well then, okay. So, it's 1-0 to them. Unsurprising, and I wasn't particularly upset about it. I got a couple of injuries in. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, they got a star player, because this was indeed a starting lineup team. And they got a star player and a wizard, which they never used. I guess he forgot about it. So, I mean, he's at a disadvantage. The star player was a decent choice, and he got a touchdown, and he's got pass block, which is going to help, you know, dealing with any passes I may throw, which, you know, is... So, so I'm gonna be talking about a few things as they happen during this game. But for the most part, it's fairly simple game, you know, like, it's it's agility versus a human style team, you know, 3 strength, 3 agility, just, you know, kind of fairly all-rounders. And of course, where would a game of Blood Bowl be without a double won by Sheepdog? At least this wasn't during a clutch moment, however it was annoying. It's a little difficult, I guess, to comment on these matches, because I feel like everything tactical I need to say I've already said. You know, I take you guys through my reasoning, through my thoughts, and, you know, like, I say kind of like, oh, this is a bit of a misplay, or you know, anything like that. But at the end of the day, you know, we're going through the same, you know, I tend to stick to the same tactics, I tend to respond how I can, you know, stuff like that. So I'm a little at a loss for how to, you know, like, he's got like his little corner here, however I've got my side, this side, you know, he's moved his star player forward to try and do more bashing as the High Elves. So as the Bretonnians, I respond to that by basically taking this guy with Mighty Blow in. Then we've got this guy here, he's got 4 strength. Then we've got this guy with Pro, it means he can re-roll anything. This guy here is just our sure hands guy. He makes a very terrible dodge. We fail the catch twice. You know, it's just like, we've still got the numbers on this side, so it ends up worthwhile doing this. Hypnotic Gaze was a terrible choice. I mean, he can still, I guess he can still use it, so he may as well try and use it, but still, it's not a good choice. And yes, the Elves are kind of maneuverable. They've got good movement allowance, decent movement allowance, let's say. But you know, you shouldn't leave the when your opponent is most likely going to have the ball. You know, next turn, unless I rolled another double one, set of double ones or something. It means that, you know, he's left the entire this side open, and I've got a screen already on this side. You know, he's got to deal with my 4 strength guy, and he moved him back into the tackle zone. He's got to do 1 dice blocks around here. Like, yeah, it worked, but it doesn't change the fact. Used a reroll. And I mean, these 1 dice blocks are fairly lucky considering you already rerolled. I mean, you know, he is using them mostly at decent times, I guess, but he's still got a deficient number. 1 man down isn't much, but it still does make a difference at times. You know, move my strength 4 guy in to base again. Have a bit of a smackdown on this guy. This guy, of course, having guard. And then, you know, getting a block off and moving myself in here. All basically stands to mean that if he tries to... If he tries to do too much blocking here, he's going to run into troubles. And of course, he's making a pass. I've got a pass block. Well, you can see here. I've got please. You could. I hate how it does this. You can see here. I've got pass block and I've got catch. So I could re-roll that catch and, yeah. Move in here, do a blitz. Doesn't matter if I knock him down or not. And then, you know, he's in the same position he was before. Yes, a little bit lucky that I got the intercept. But it was a little bit lucky for him that I dropped the ball when I threw. You know, with a re-roll, I should have been catching that ball. And you can see most of his players are down. They can't even reach him. Come on, just let me... He can reach him if he goes for it. You know, he can't reach him at all. So we're in a pretty strong place, especially if we can knock this guy down. He's going to have to do dodging and etc. to get through and get to my guy. And, like, this pretty much came about from him attempting the bash. You know, after you've... In a situation like this where everyone's 3 strength, you have to be willing to go with the flow of the game. So, you know, if you lose a couple of people to injuries, you stop pushing the kind of... Like, he's still doing it here, you know, like... Though these kind of moves make no sense considering the flow of the game, whereby he's got a touchdown, but I've got 2 injuries on him. Obviously, don't risk letting them get a touchdown, given the situation, so we surround him a little bit, and honestly, probably a little bit risky. But, you know, what are you going to do? And you can see, as I said again, like, the bashing we're doing here just should say to him, don't get involved with this. Don't get involved with the bashing, you know, like, keep your guys out of tackle zones, keep your defense spread and able to respond to threats as necessary. But, you know, he just keeps pushing the... He kept really pushing the idea that he's going to bash me down. And it's not a terrible idea on linemen, but still, you need to get fairly, you know, a little bit lucky at least to start getting KOs and injuries in. And if it's not happening for you to begin with, there's no reason to push the fact if you're getting kind of smacked about a bit. And, of course, this is the first half. Goldfish has been stunned. Like, if I click on him very quickly before the touchdown, hopefully. There. See, it is him. He's got the scar and he's bald. And very, very ugly. Thank you, Sirloin. So, yeah, you know, it's one of those things which I'm guilty of it too, I do admit. You know, like, sometimes I'll just want to get some bashing in even if I shouldn't be, or sometimes I'll be still trying to pass when I should kind of cage up and just weather the storm, you know, look for an opening, or I'll push too early. But, okay, let's just skip forward a little bit. There we go. First turn. So we got the ball, went down there. Obviously, you can see his defense is, again, very side light. Of course, I keep saying of course, he can respond to threats very easily, so, you know, that's not really something to be worrying too much about at this point. But you know, it's you know, you knock this guy down, this guy's now in a tackle zone, has to dodge out, that leaves this guy, and it kind of leaves us open to do a little bit of you know, shenanigans on the right and shenanigans on the left. Picked it up this time, thankfully. So, one of the things I'm really thinking about doing, because it's, honestly, to me, it sounds like a good idea, is running a tournament, running a league, you know, something along those lines. Like a short-term thing, which I'll be doing, you know, for people who have Blood Bowl, who'd like to get involved with it, maybe doing some videos on that. Because the people I've been playing only ever want to be Chaos. You know, like, the teams I do play who aren't Chaos are just so paranoid about injuries and, you know, that they won't play an entire game. So it means, like, when I'm playing a game and I get either get screwed by injuries or RNG or whatever, you know, I'm losing hard and there's nothing I can do about it. You know, I always, and you'll see in the next yeah, I forgot about guard there, unfortunately. You'll see in the next Skitters video what I mean. I will play till the end, you know, sit through my players getting bashed to fuck and just destroyed, and I'll still play through to the end. Like, I've never intentionally conceded a match. I've aside from, like, disconnects and stuff like that, I've never intentionally conceded a match. You know, I'll keep playing and keep trying. And, like, a lot of people say, well, it's a valid mechanic to give up if you're losing. But it's just, you know, it's not fun or anything for the video. You know, if I was to just show you guys a match where I was like, oh, Chaos, concede. Oh, you know, Lizardmen, concede. It's just not entertaining or interesting at all. And here you can see one of my more favorite tactics I tend to run, which is if they respond to the sides like they did here, you just pull a basically pull a d6, where you put people up the sides like so and like so. Unfortunate paths failure, but it's fine. Yeah, you put an unfortunate catch failure again. Just FYI, that's one out of three catches succeeded with a reroll. So you know. But yeah, you put people up the sides and then run a couple of people through the middle. And you see I've got like this kind of screen going here that they've got to either go around or, yeah. Is he going to throw it? Oh, he failed the pass. Yeah, that's right. And he's a loner. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Loner, double ones. Honestly, that is what I'd classify as a clutch fail. Basically, that's something that should have succeeded and unfortunately did not succeed. Which means, you know, you've got to be a little bit annoyed, you know, in that situation where you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know, like, doing this shit to me. So, yeah. Personally, I wouldn't be happy with that, but, you know, what are you going to do? So, we've got a couple of guys around and near the ball. If you're going to have this kind of situation, it's best to cover yourselves first before you go in for the possibly more difficult tackles. But what we're hoping here is this will end up the same, whereby we blitz this dude, hopefully knock him down. We do. We don't. He's got dodge, I forgot. But we can at least pick up the ball and then move into either a better defensive or offensive position. This one is actually fairly defensive and offensive. It means that we've got this guy covering us from the front, and obviously on this side we're pretty much set. So we don't have a great screen, but we've got a decent kind of... We're containing them here in an almost circle. He managed to roll both down and a skull. Again, like, I'm not denying that this guy has been having some unfortunate rolls, but he has been rolling one dice. And he conceded. So, you know, I got no passes? Are you kidding me? No passes. 10 yards passing. Huh. No successful... I swear I had a successful catch, but maybe I didn't. So, yeah, you know, it's... we got the extra... We got the extra points in. Hooray, hurrah. Brisket ranked up and I took dump off. Sure hands dump off is a pretty good set of choices. And then flank didn't quite rank up, unfortunately. But there you go. And yeah, it's what I'm talking about now is basically, you know, the guy was like, well, I'm going to get scored against. It's going to be 2-1. I'm not even going to try and just concedes, and it's not that fun, really. You know, like, I mean, look at this, 0-2 right here, 3-0. I mean, did I have? Yeah, 2 injuries inflicted on me. Oh, sorry, 4 KOs, 1 injury inflicted on me, and it was 3-0 in the end. Oh, it was 3-0 to me? Jesus, be more clear about that. There you go, the Dwarves. Conceded. Huh. Serf and Turf actually has done really well. Which ones were losses? That was a loss, they conceded. That was a win. That was a win 3-0. That was a draw. It was against other Bretonnians. Okay, sorry, I apologise. I shouldn't have looked. And then that was a win concede. Holy crap, so this team... They won that one. Yeah, they conceded. They won this one. Yeah, they conceded there. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins and 1 draw as Serf and Turf. Is that right? Jesus. Alright. Is there a way to actually see those stats, maybe? 7 wins, 1 draw, no losses. Holy crap! 21 KOs sustained, 65 injured players. Oh no, 7 casualties sustained, there you go. No deaths sustained. Average score 2, successful catches, 1 kill. Bloody hell. I did not realise that Serf and Turf were doing so well. Well, bloody well done, guys. Goldfish, goldfish. You can have an extra cracker in your something, mate. So yeah, sorry about that. That's basically it. The reason I'm thinking about running, you know, kind of like a tournament type thing is, you know, I'll take part myself. You guys can play against me, and you know, I'll take a look at it, and we can figure it out, like how it would run and etc. But yeah, pretty much it's just a case of I'm getting sick of playing against either teams that concede as soon as they realize, as soon as they get to the point where they're like, either fuck this, I you know, I'm just gonna quit, or just, oh, I'm not even gonna play that team. It gets very old very fast. So yeah, guys, you know, there you go. Unfortunately, couldn't make it as long as I'd wanted to, because the guy gave up after he realized he was going to get a second touchdown scored of him against him, even though he could have maybe got the draw back. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always helps me out a lot. And I'll see you in the next one.